The dropping rule is when you are adding a suffix that starts with a vowel. So let me back up. A suffix is a part of a word that can be removed or added to a base word that changes the meaning of the base word. So it's not a word in itself, it's just a part that's added to a base or a root word that changes the meaning, such as able is a base word, A-B-L-E. When you put it to the end of a word like bill, it means able to be billed. Printable, able to be printed. Huggable, able to be hugged, right? So able, er is a suffix that means someone who or something that. So a toaster, something that toasts. A printer, something that prints. A hugger, someone that hugs. Okay. Can also mean a comparison. So we have and est. Means more, est means most, right? So those are suffixes. Now when suffixes start with a vowel, like able and and ing, or s, making something plural, you had es there. If that suffix starts with a vowel and your root or base word ends with a silent E, you have to drop the silent E to add the suffix. Let me show you some examples. Okay, let's do here's the word practice. Now I want to add the suffix ing to the end of it. Ing is a vowel suffix, meaning that first letter, it starts with a vowel, right? Ing starts with a vowel. So it's a vowel suffix. So when you're adding a vowel suffix to the end of a base word, and the base word ends with a silent E, you following me? You have to drop the silent E to add the suffix. Now watch. So there's practicing. I dropped the silent E to add that ing. Now there's something else I'm going to teach you in a few minutes, but let's start here. Just to give you some practice. So my tablet is going through a little update right now, so I need to use the whiteboard. So you'll have to be patient with my writing because it's hard to write on a whiteboard with a mouse. I will do my best. Okay, so I want our word to be baseable. The base word is base. The suffix is able. So our base word is base. B, A, S. And then our, I'm going to make this one line right here. Our suffix is able. Able is, I'm just going to tell you, it's A-B-L-E. When that's a suffix, it's pronounced as able. When it's a word, it's pronounced as able. So base is B-A-S-E. We have to have an E at the end here of this base word to make that A say its name. However, if we're adding a vowel suffix, we drop it. We don't have it there. So the word would then be baseable. Now let me show you what it looks like without the E. Now that first E, that first A, can still say its name because there's another vowel 2 doors down. So the tap 2 rule still applies. You just don't need this E, you have this A. All right, so your word, the base word is prine, and then the suffix is So let's spell out prine. And then I want you to add and then spell the whole thing. prine plus suffix er. Go ahead and then put the whole thing in the chat for me, or in the Q&A. Prine. My mouth is open right here. Prine. Prine. And then add the and then spell the whole thing for me in the Q&A. Priner. Priner. Good, Lily. Exactly. Nice, Layla. Priner is what I'm looking for. Prine plus suffix priner. Good, Daryl. Nice, Sheldon. Yes, now we're getting it. Good, Julie. So prine is PR, and then we have that I sound. The E is required to make the I say I. However, when we're adding a vowel suffix, we no longer need this E. We're going to drop it. So prine plus is priner. Now look at, I just want to show you something. Oh, that's gorgeous writing, you have to admit, with my mouse. I think I did pretty good on that. So this I is still following the tap 2 rule. It still has a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. It might look like, this is what I wanted to point out, it might look like the word prine is still there. But now that you know, you came to this class, so now you know what really happened. They didn't just add a random R. They added the suffix ER, which means something who or someone that. And they dropped the E, and then they added this ER. So this E goes with the R, not with the word prine. Now you know. Next word, floping. So our base word is flope. We have f, o, p, and then I'm going to add an ing suffix. Ing, the suffix ing means it's happening right now. Okay, that looks like it's a plus. It looks like a T, but it's a plus. So flope, consonants f, o, p. In order for this O to make its long sound, it needs to have another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. We're going to add it right there, then we're going to drop it because we're adding a vowel suffix. So flope plus ing is floping. The O still follows the tap 2 rule just fine. The E was dropped, but the I took its place. All right, you getting it? I hope so, because I have one more thing to teach you that's going to be just a little bit more complicated, but you're smart, you'll get it. All right, so your word is stime, with my lips closed at the end. Stime plus ed. Stime plus the suffix ed. Plus the suffix ed. And I'll tell you what that ed means. You probably already know. And then put stymed in the Q&A when you've spelt it. Stymed. Good job, Joseph. Henry, nice. Danielle, nice. Julie, good. Carla, Lily, beautiful. Nice, Amber. Stymed, good, Layla. There we go. Yeah, my mouth is closed. Stymed. Stymed. So, stime, our base word stime. Here's our consonants. We have an I right here that can only say its name if it has another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. That's what that E right there is going to be for, to make the I say its name. Now we've made the base word stime. If we want to add ed, we have to drop the silent E. So when you write the whole thing, it might look to the untrained eye that E is still there. But now you know that it's really dropped. That E right here belongs to the suffix ed. We're going to have our own lesson on ED coming up here pretty soon. I'm excited. I think it might be the last class in September. ED is a suffix that means past tense, right? However, it has 3 different sounds, but you don't have to guess what those 3 sounds are. It is very clear based on the sound that's before it. All right, next. You're getting it, aren't you? Oh, let me just keep that clear so I can teach you what's going to happen now. Okay, here's the next part that I want you to learn. So far so good, right? You've learned that if a word ends with a silent E and you're adding a vowel suffix, you have to drop the E and then add the vowel suffix on. Unless, unless that letter before the silent E is a C or a G and the suffix is able. Because think about it, that C or G, if it's soft, which it would be if the next letter is an E, if you remove that E, then that C or G can no longer be soft. Is your mind blown right now? Let me show you some examples in the chat. Okay, here's the word change. If I want to make it changeable, what would happen if I dropped the E? That E right there, it has a job in change. It's not making the A say A. The A is too far away. It's making the G say J. So in E, we'll make the C or G before it make their soft sound. So if I don't want to change the sound of that G, I can't remove that E. It has to stay there. Then you add on able. So you don't drop the silent E if it comes right after a C or a G and the suffix does not begin with an E, I, or Y. That was complicated, but you got it, didn't you? I'll say it one more time. You don't drop a silent E if it comes right after a C or a G and the suffix does not start with an E, I, or Y, such as able. So changeable would be spelled like that. If not, it would be changeable, changeable. We have to keep the E there to keep the G soft. How are we doing? Let me know in the Q&A. Are you with me? Or are you like, whoa, slow down, or repeat yourself? Maria, wow, yeah, I know. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Are you okay? It's fun, isn't it? I just love teaching you guys. You guys are like, just teach, sister, just preach, bring it. We've got this. So let me repeat it one more time. When you're adding a vowel suffix, you usually drop a silent E, unless it comes right after a C or a G. And the suffix, if the suffix does not start with an E, I, or Y, then you have to keep that E there. Let me show you changing. This will help you guys. Can I drop the E if the suffix is ing? Yeah, because a G needs an E, I, or Y after it to make it soft. So changing can just look like this. I hope. Is that spelled right? Hey Siri, spell changing. Spell changing. You guys, I hope that's spelled right. Let me ask one more time. Hey Siri. It's not cooperating. I'm sure it is. I've spelled changing my whole life, but all of a sudden I'm looking at it and thinking, I hope that's right. Yeah, okay. Phew. So yeah, you can drop the E if it comes after a C or a G, if the suffix that you're adding starts with an E, I, or Y. If you can follow that, my friends, that is amazing, because it's like this comes after this, but before this has to be that. Oh my goodness, this is like a complicated math problem, but you're following along. I just know you are. Aren't you my spelling teacher? I know. No, Siri is your spelling teacher. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But once in a while, you guys, I look at a word and I'm like, oh, is that spelled right? Even though I've been spelling it my whole life. So you are not the only ones. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, because who is perfect? Certainly not me. All right, so let's try that. So I want our word to be plose, plus able. So the word is going to mean able to be plosed. Base word plose. I'm going to put a C here because I didn't teach you this yet. But when you hear S at the end, it's usually going to be spelled with a C-E rather than an S because an S makes words plural. This E right here is going to force the O to say its name, and it's going to make that C make its soft sound. So can I drop this E? This is the question. Can I drop this E to make the word plosible? No. Because if I did, then that C is no longer soft. That would be plocable. I have to keep the E there so that that C can say its soft sound. So here is plosible. You guys, I'm getting so good with this mouse. I'm pretty impressed with myself right now, but that's not very humble, is it? Plosible. You need that E to make the C make a soft sound. So try it. Your word is grageable. Grageable. G-R-A-J. And I want, words don't end with J. You're going to make this a G-E. I'm just going to tell you right now. Because that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the E. Grageable. Grageable. Put it in the Q&A when you've got it. Nice, Layla. Don't forget your E at the end right here. Able ends with an E. Yeah. Good, Carla. Beautiful, Joseph. You guys are getting this. It is so complicated, and you are following along with me. You're doing amazing. Even when I'm messing up and I don't know how to spell things, you are just hanging in there. Grageable. E-I-R-Y. Grageable. Yeah. So here we have A is going to make its long sound because of this E, and this E is also making the G make its soft sound. So this silent E is doing two jobs. It's making the A say A, and it's making the G say J. We have to keep it there to add suffix able in order for that G to remain soft. Otherwise, what would it have said? All right, I take everything back that I just said about writing nicely with my mouse. I don't know how to, that was a fluke. So this E, if it were not there, what would that word have said? If that E weren't there, then that would have said grageable, because now that G can't make its soft sound. Grageable. So you have to keep it there, grageable. Now, let's see if we can fit in one more without me. Your word is, your base word is, I'm going to keep it kind of simple here. Glipe, and I want you to add ing. Glipe plus ing. Glipe, glipe, glipe plus ing. Nice, Anne-Marie. Gliping, gliping. Nice, you're getting it. There's a P right in the middle, P like pickle. Gliping. Good, Danielle. Nice, Julie. Gliping. Nice, Clement. Yeah, you guys are getting it, aren't you? Hopefully you're feeling pretty good about yourself right now, because this was not like a super easy thing to learn, was it? Plus, I just kept throwing things on, and you're just grasping it. So we have glipe. That I needs a vowel one or two doors down. That's what that E is for right there. However, if we're adding a vowel suffix ing, then we need to remove we have to drop the E. That creates gliping. This is called the dropping rule. You drop the E when you add a vowel suffix. It's as simple as that, except for that exception. You drop the E when you add a vowel suffix, usually. Gliping. All right, one more. Plute plus ed. Plute plus the suffix ed. Plute plus ed. Pluted. If you added two P's on gliping, it would have said glipping. That's the doubling rule. We're going to learn that next time. So if you look back up at gliping, Amber. If you added two P's, now that first I would have to make it short sound and say I, and that would say glipping. Yeah. So our word is pluted. Pluted. Yeah. All right, so we have plute. This U is long, so there has to be a silent E at the end, which we're going to drop to add ed. So pluted is spelled like this. It looks like this silent E right here is still there, but it's not. It's just part of the ed suffix. Now you know what is happening when you see those words. Congratulations on your new knowledge. That was a doozy, huh? Next time we're learning the doubling rule, but it's not nearly as difficult because you guys already know the tap 2 rule, so it's going to come super easy. So I think we'll do a little bit of a review also on this lesson next time so that you can have a reminder. All right, that was fun. Hopefully you feel good about your progress. If not, go rewatch the video, try again, email me if you need any extra help. You'll get it. We'll keep working on, we'll keep practicing. All right, my friends, see you next time. Bye, everybody.